In recent news, Sodapoppin has announced the disbandment of the OnlyFangs World of Warcraft Classic Hardcore guild following the targeted DDoS attacks that resulted in significant in-game losses that the guild attempted to raid on the Blackwing Lair, but was thwarted when multiple members were killed due to these attacks. Addressing the situation during a livestream, Sodapoppin expressed his frustration over the guild being significantly targeted, which hindered their ability to raid effectively. Here is Sodapoppin announcing the end of OnlyFangs.
Flask and consumes just to raid with the anxiety and probably the actuality of just being DDoSed again and dying. So with that, I'd expect OnlyFangs is over. If your character is still alive, you are welcome to join a new guild, or if you guys want to do in-house raiding still, you're welcome with a smaller spotlight. The DDoSes are less likely to happen. It's a terrible ending IMO, but that's the ending we got. On a positive note, the beginning of OnlyFangs was so long ago, I think a lot of us forgot how awesome the entire event was. And I wanted to thank you all for being a part of it. This was like half a year of dedication and probably the biggest event I've personally ever been a part of in my entire life. The overall hours each of us individually put in probably racked up to literally multiple lifetimes. Thank you all for being there at the beginning, and especially a big thank you for the ones who even stuck it out in the end. Until OnlyFangs 3 or other games I see you guys in, GG's everyone, GG's. If we get a rollback right here, some solid like DDoS protection bull, ignore this, but yeah, it's probably screwed because I don't see that happening. Wanted to give you guys an update as soon as possible. Damn. Exit lag. 50 gifted subs.
Subsequently, Sodapoppin communicated via the OnlyFangs Discord server, indicating that he had sought a potential rollback to restore the deceased characters, but deemed it highly unlikely. He emphasized his reluctance to subject members to the preparatory demands of raiding, such as obtaining world buffs, flasks, and consumables, amid the persistent threat of further DDoS attacks. Consequently, he announced the cessation of the OnlyFangs Guild. Huge W for Soda, and all the officers working behind the scenes for all of OnlyFangs from day one, and even before that getting things ready. It was honestly incredibly impressive, with all the events, like the tribute chests, and the early leveling content. Even stuff like the add-on existing at all. Shame it had to end like it did, but man, what a wild ride it was. All jokes aside off, was a lot of fun, and they did impressively well for a lot of WoW classic noobs. I 100% think they were on track for 0 deaths in BWL, and it sucks to see them stop halfway through. What sucks is that they would have probably had a legit wipe once they put BWL on farm. I don't think the guild was surviving more than a couple weeks of BWL clears. With how much could go wrong, that would have been the way to go out.
Here is a clip that OnlyFangs fully wipes in BWL raid to the DDoS attack and Sodapoppin's response.
Clearly, well, this sucks. So we're not able to raid. We're clearly being targeted, which sucks. I don't know what this means on the horizon if we're not able to play. We tried yesterday, we canceled it. We tried today, immediately got fucked on the first boss pull. So long term, guys, I don't know what this means. I'll talk to people here and there and see if there's like a long-term fix here and there, but
how long do I wait?
Bro, didn't Microsoft buy this company?
No.
Just do not.
What a sad ending. This is the real test. Blizzard generally doesn't revive characters who died to server issues, but not doing a rollback now will likely cost them a ton of revenue. Not true, they literally did a rollback when half of an EU server died. But they aren't going to do a rollback for a few people. It's not about it being a few people. The entire server is being deliberately targeted to kill these exact people. They're giving the DDoSer a ton of power by not doing a rollback. Now there won't be an event like this again, because who would risk it when one guy or small group of people can cause them to DC by bringing the server down? If this ultimate success in the DDoSer's eyes is rollbacked, it would remove so much of their power.
Here is Sodapoppin on the end of OnlyFangs Season 2.
Ask around, I'll see if things can get fixed, but if this is just how it is, then yeah, that's the end. Because I'm not gonna have people prepare and get ready just to die to a DC when it's just inevitably gonna happen again, which blows. So unfortunate. Yeah, how'd that not happen in MC? I don't know. I guess the individual just didn't get mentally ill enough, whoever's doing this. So they must have surpassed some threshold and missed some type of therapy session of some sort, and here they are. BWL time. Either way, guys, I don't really want it to be like some closing speech, but it really fucking might be, because I've already explained why. Things have been great. I'm glad everyone's watched. I had fun, especially at the beginning. Obviously, at the end, it turned into raid logging because that's what it turns into, but regardless, the whole thing was one big journey. Even though the ending was raid logging, it all was still stitched together. And I'm
not only Season 2, but I doubt Season 3 is going to happen, because the risk of the exact same scenario happening exists. Imagine building something over 5 to 6 months and watch it crumble away in a matter of minutes, and you can't do anything about it. This is impacting Soda on a huge level, Never saw him like this before. Blizzard really needs to step the f up and deal with the DDoS. Roll back everything prior to the attacks is the only solution. Soda's goal was BWL. Everyone who died or has a 60 death should just free transfer to Dream 6th. Clear 40-man raid and call it objective complete. And/or download the original add-on and just treat it like hardcore.